Guys and mga Lodi, welcome to Pinoy NFT Review. So this is our first AMA and thank you so much guys for supporting our small channel, our small community. You are all the reason that's why we are getting opportunities like this. So I'm looking forward to find more AMAs like this and to give back to you guys. So we have an agreement with NFT11. So they are giving away 30 USD to 3 lucky winners. Okay guys, so 3 lucky winners will win 1,500 pesos guys. All you need to do, okay? So you just need to ask a question about NFT 11. So there will be a part 2 of this AMA, and on the second AMA, we will be asking your questions. So the 3 lucky winners who have the best questions will win 30 USD each or 1,500 each. So feel free guys to comment down below your questions. Just a quick overview of the AMA guys. You will learn about the team behind this project. They are all from Singapore. So what's their culture guys? How well is soccer accepted in Singapore? And also how is the Singaporean government helping small and medium NFT projects like NFT11. We'll also learn guys the mechanics of the game, the NFTs available right now, what is their plan for the future, and World Cup is coming up and what are they going to do about it. So if you want to know more about NFT11, make sure to watch the AMA. And again, if you want to join the giveaway, make sure to comment down below your questions about NFT11. So thank you so much guys. Enjoy the video.
Guys, what's up? It's your boy Damon Wolf here, and we've got Pinoy NFT Review, my good friend, and we are actually going to be doing an AMA today, a very exciting AMA, and it's something new for those people who are into crypto and into NFT. Something different from from maybe the cutesy characters that you see running around and whatever. I think it's more of a man sport and more of a, it's called the beautiful sport. Actually, that's what you call it, the beautiful game, the beautiful sport. And we're gonna get right into it. Let's just have some quick introductions. Of course, you guys know me, Damon Wolf. Wolf's on Facebook, Stray Games on YouTube, Damon Wolf Howls on Twitch. And here is Pinoy NFT Review. Go ahead.
So hello guys, this is JC from Pinoy NFT Review. So I do review NFT projects. So if you want to visit my YouTube channel, just type Pinoy NFT Review. That's it, man.
All right, and our Johnny Sins look. Oh, sorry, our we have a special guest with us, and he is part of that team that we're going to be talking about. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Sup everyone, my name is Jeremy, aka Jeremy the Crypto Sapien. I also have a YouTube channel and I'm very proud to be part of the NFT11 team. And I'm here to do a wonderful AMA to tell you more about the most beautiful sport on the blockchain, which is NFT11.
Awesome.
Okay, I said beautiful game, but it's actually beautiful sport.
No, beautiful game is right
Beautiful
as well.
game.
Yeah, beautiful
Cool.
game, beautiful
Alright.
sport. Yep.
Okay, so we had a little bit of a teaser there, guys. I didn't actually introduce the project. Jeremy did so himself. So we're going to be talking about NFT 11. And NFT doesn't stand for what you think is the usual NFT. And we're gonna be talking about that later. Okay. But first of all, we're gonna have a little bit of an introduction from JC. JC, go ahead.
Yes. Jeremy, before we go ahead with the questions, okay? So I only Googled this, okay? There are 9 teams of professional soccer in Singapore. So which of those 9 is your favorite? And can you tell us?
No.
Which,
He's gonna be incriminated in this video.
No. Is this gonna be bad for you, Jeremy?
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Singapore does have some professional teams, but unfortunately, In Singapore, our culture is very heavily focused on the education aspect of it. So if you're growing up, if you excel in math and sciences in school, you're gonna get ahead on that curve. Essentially, that's kind of the culture that's inbuilt in us. As for sports and culture, it's kind of it's not really promoted. It's not a big thing here. And unfortunately, when it comes to football, it's also a very, if you come into Singapore and you talk about football fans and stuff, yeah, you have loads of them and they'll tell you their favorite teams and everything. But just like you did, when you ask them, there are 9 teams in Singapore, what's your favorite team there? They're probably all gonna go silent because S League or the Singapore League here isn't really that popular. The culture around it is very different. We don't really promote our athletes as much, and I'm hoping that there comes a time where all of this changes as well. But I do have a favorite team because I grew up in that particular place. So I'm a fan of Tampines Rovers. That's the S League team
Rovers.
that I'm
The
into. Yeah.
Rovers. Okay, guys, you
Okay,
heard
that's
it. You heard it.
nice.
It's now
So
it's now
Rovers
here
fan, we have
My
here
forever.
hometown.
Jeremy.
My hometown.
The hometown. So people
Yeah.
from okay, that's cool. JC, you have
Okay,
you have other
I'll go
questions?
ahead with our first question, Jeremy. So,
Yeah,
could you
sure.
give us an overview of NFT11? What's the game about? Okay.
Right. Yeah, I'd be happy to. So actually, Damien, just now you mentioned the NFT doesn't actually stand for NFT, right? Which is
I did
which
my
is
research. Right.
yeah, awesome. Right. So I mean everybody knows NFTs as non-fungible tokens. We kind of put a spin on it and turned it into non-fungible tournaments, right?
There you
So
go.
and that's
Oh,
how we got NFT 11 because 11 men on the field.
11 on the
That's kind of the representation of soccer. So yeah, it's a bunch of passionate individuals that came together and saw the potential for GameFi and what it was doing with NFTs, how it was being incorporated into games. And our general love for football and the way we grew up on football and played the football games, we were like, hey, why not we build our own game on the blockchain? And yeah, I think the idea kind of started off from there. And we've been looking at this entire football metaverse and building this metaverse, and we're really passionate about it. We started off as just an initial concept of a game, but then we realized it was such a beautiful space to build something much bigger, and so it kind of evolved into this football metaverse, and that's where we've been at. The project started all the way back last year, 2021 in August, so we're almost hitting a 1 year anniversary. Really proud about that. Very
Ooh,
happy about
wow.
that. Yeah,
All
one
right.
year, man.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
cool. JC, let me ask the second question. But before I do that, I have actually I guess a teaser question. Or probably not a teaser question. Something out of the bat out of left field here. But there's a lot of sports, and we know this is the beautiful sport.
Right.
But there are a lot of other projects that you can do. So why exactly soccer? Was there any major push for it to be this game? You said it yourself in Singapore. Yes, you probably got you guys know about soccer, but the home team might not be that popular, whatever. So even with that challenge, or even with that in mind, why did you choose to go ahead and commit to soccer for your project?
So yeah, like I mentioned, yeah, and the thing is, like, it's not really popular in Singapore. I think that's where the passion comes from, because we really do love football, and we want to see more of it in Singapore. So the whole team is based in Singapore, by the way. It's made up of our CEO Andrew Ling, our
Mhm.
CFO Sean Lin, We have COO Emily Lai. We have our CMO Chance Woon. You have me, of course. And yes,
The man.
please head on down to the white paper to check out the entire team. We're all doxed and we're all from Singapore. So
Cool.
we really love this sport, and I think it's the love for the game and the sport and the fact that we're football fans, and that's the kind of the reason why we thought that the blockchain needed football, right? If there are so many games, and I mean the leader of the initial move of GameFi was Axie Infinity, and we saw so much popularity and hype amongst it, and we look at what it actually is. These three cute little creatures, axolotl type of creatures running around, and we thought, I love the concept. I kind of like the game, but it may not exactly appeal to me as an NFT collector. I need to be a bit more macho. Okay, yes. Well, I mean, we don't have to be macho, but we wanted something that could represent more, and something that more people would love. And yeah, we just needed to look at our own passions and what we were into, and yeah, I think it kind of stemmed from there.
Cool. Now I can go to our second question.
Okay,
So
cool.
we've already got the concept of the game right down pat. We already got your inspirations and what got the team together. Now, this is not just. I mean, I'm looking at the website right now, and it's awesome, right? It's
Thanks.
beautiful,
Thanks.
right? But at first glance, I actually wouldn't think of it as an NFT game. So,
Right.
tell us more about the NFTs in the game.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, I mean, if you go on the webpage, right now our website is being revamped. So I think you're looking at the older webpage, but it's still kick-ass. I hope.
It still is. It still is,
Awesome.
man.
Awesome. Yeah. So you'll notice like soccer players running with like auras around them.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I think we also want people to know that it's as a GameFi project, the game comes first. GameFi, game and finance, game comes first, and ultimately what we're building is a football manager game, and that's what we want to tell people also in our messaging, and that's why you may not exactly realize that, hey, this is actually a GameFi project. So we're passionate about it as a game. More importantly, there are three categories of players within the game. You have your regular players, you have your legend players, and you have your ultimate players. So legend players are kind of like the primary focus in the NFT11 ecosystem, because they're the first NFTs we released. They are also the only NFTs that can generate new NFTs. So that's done through our scouting mechanics. And what you do is you basically take a legend player and you put it in a stadium seat. A stadium seat is another NFT asset that you can own. And what happens is, after a duration, a new regular player is scouted. And there's of course the last category of player, which is the ultimate player. Now these players are going to be actual real life players that we've signed contracts and deals with. So they've entered the NFT11 metaverse. Yes, that's right. So they're now part of us. And yeah, we're very excited about that as well. So yeah, those are our three categories of players. We also wanted to make sure that these three players are not too imbalanced, in a sense that I don't want people coming into the game and I have to make sure my whole team is made of ultimates, and that's gonna be best. I'm gonna win, right? So there's a lot of balancing and mechanics going in. So if you go into our white paper, you will notice we have player aging mechanics, we have player evolution mechanics. Yeah.
Wow.
Are they going to die, Jeremy?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Well, not
wait. We're not gonna get into that, guys. Before we go on, okay?
Right.
This is the first part of a two-part AMA series, and those details will be sent on the. So don't miss it, guys. If you're watching this one, there's gonna be a second one, and we're gonna be talking more about the nitty-gritty about those kinds of things. Okay,
Awesome.
go on,
Awesome.
Jeremy. Sorry,
Right.
I
Yeah. So
interrupted you.
as Wolf said, I'm not gonna go into the details, but yeah, those are the three categories of players that we have. In terms of NFT assets, three of them plus the stadium seats, and the last thing we have is move cards, which is another kind of nitty
Mhm.
gritty part of the gameplay in
Move
NFT
cards,
11.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Move
I
cards
love
is
it.
like a skill, right, Jeremy?
Sorry. Move cards.
Move cards are like skills that you can. Is
Uh,
it one-time use or
it has multiple uses.
multiple uses?
It's kind of like a skill, yeah. It's also kind of borrowing. If you guys play Football Manager or Championship Manager, there are certain elements that allow players or give them control in that sense. But we wanted to add additional layers of strategy to it, so we designed this whole game mechanic system with the move cards. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
But
okay.
look, I love the jargon. I mean, the stadium itself, because in NFTs we have
True.
lands and whatever. And
Lands.
since this is
Right.
a soccer themed game, their land is our
The
stadiums,
stadium,
right?
yeah.
So it's really cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. That's how
JC
it
will be
functions.
asking the next question, by the way. But before he does, just in case you haven't gone into the website, that's nft11.io.
Yes.
Um, at this point, JC will now be playing the video of the trailer video, which
Awesome.
is on that site. Here we go. Okay,
Good.
guys, wasn't that great? There were a lot of auras and whatever, they're like powers and whatever. And we're going to
Yeah.
be talking about a specific player, which was there also on the second part of this AMA, right? Because you saw a player there with the last name James. We're going to be talking about that later.
Mhm.
That's just a teaser. Okay, JC, go
Awesome.
ahead with your next question.
Okay, so before I get to my question, Jeremy, so I just want to announce. So recently, okay, this was just July 17, guys. Okay, so the Philippine women's football team won the Asian Football Federation tournament, and it
Wow.
was their
Nice.
first time joining that tournament. So congratulations to our Filipino women's football team.
You rock,
Awesome.
ladies.
Awesome.
Okay, next
Awesome.
question, Jeremy. So we are
Yes.
now on Web3. So how does it work for NFT 11, the Web3?
So yeah, I think the movement to Web3 is really important. Web3 culture is honestly something I feel that's absolutely beautiful, because in case the audience is wondering what's this whole Web3 thing and you're more into NFTs and stuff. So Web3 to me is like the evolution of the internet. In Web2 we had or Web1 we had very basic rudimentary use of the internet, just going to web pages and then we access documents from there. That's pretty much it. Web 2 brought about this whole change in culture of interactivity. Now people could post photos online, post
True.
videos online, and there was this whole community that was building, but it was centralized. YouTube owns it, Google owns it.
Mhm.
It's by very centralized companies. So Web3 is now giving this opportunity to make everything decentralized. You become in charge of the content you put up there. You own the rights to it, your photos on Instagram and things like that. And likewise, in the GameFi space in NFT 11, you own the game. You own the assets of the game. If as a developer, I don't like you, I ban you. You still have all your game assets.
Mhm.
You can take it out. If at any time NFT 11 I don't know, Singapore belly flops and goes under, and we can
Which
no
will never happen.
longer
But
yes.
go ahead for
Yeah.
argument's sake.
Yeah, so if the servers all shut down and the game just can't continue anymore, it's not the end of the world. You still have all your assets. The community can now come together, do some crowdfunding, build the game back up, maybe build an even better version that you love. And I think that's the beauty
Mm.
of this GameFi space. It's giving ownership back to gamers, right? And yeah, it's something that's never been seen before. And on top of that, there's a play and earn aspect as well, because for the longest time, we pour our heart and soul into games, and we don't get rewarded for it, and we don't mind. We still continue with the games because we love the games.
Sure.
But now there's this opportunity to earn something alongside it. It may not, and it should not, in my opinion, be the focus of the game as earning money, but it's a nice little reward that you can have, for putting your heart and soul into this game.
Okay.
All right.
Jeremy, can you give me a ratio between game experience and play to earn? So which one's the higher side? Is it gonna be a more exciting, fun game, or more on the earning side?
It's definitely gonna be more on the fun and exciting side of things. I will say that we are carefully curating the system, the tournaments, the leagues, to ensure that players are rewarded according to skill. If you're really good at this game, if your skill is there, I think players should be rewarded accordingly. A lot of play to earn games, they kind of come in with the click and earn concept, or just a basic grinding PvE style, and then you get to earn. And I mean, it's nice, it's attractive at the start, but in terms of sustainability, I don't know how sustainable that is. And in terms of that reward and satisfaction that you get, from that kind of balance. Because if you read up on game mechanics, if you look at game economies, right, it's a very fine line between rewarding the player just for the sake of rewarding the player, and also rewarding that player according to their skill level. So you need to find that nice balance to ensure that the game draws people in, and people continue to want to play this game because of that level of balance between reward and skills. Yeah, so we're definitely looking into that.
All right. Now that's cool. And actually, now that we're on that subject, I mean, when I'm looking at the site, it's a game. I told you earlier, I didn't think it's going to be like an NFT game or a crypto game, but the name itself says NFT. We know, we all know there's going to be some kind of earning mechanism here. So how will play and earn work with your game?
Right. So play and earn will work in how we design our divisions, tournaments, and leagues, right? We're also leaving this open to the community, because again, Web3 culture is all about community. Speaking of which, can I just sidetrack a little?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. It's because NFT11 really believes in its community, and we actually did something for the community as well. We were working with Axie Queen, looking at game guilds and stuff like that, and she's been a big fan of us. And one day she just approached us and asked if we would like to sponsor an underprivileged youth team in the Philippines. And we were like, yeah, this is perfect to illustrate the Web3 culture. So we actually have a video of them. You should definitely check it out on our YouTube. It's these awesome kids who live and breathe soccer. These guys are the heart and soul of why soccer exists. Rain or shine, boots or no boots, they are out there on the field kicking the ball. So yeah, I think that's the beauty of Web3 and the community. And yeah, let me go back to play and earn. But Web3 and play and earn here, we are leaving it to the community as well. If you want to organize tournaments within the game, you want to have a prize pool that all players can agree on, that system will be integrated into it. So that it's all on the blockchain. It's nothing offline, right? For everybody to see, tournament prize pools are going to be there. In terms of leagues and system rewards, if you take a look at our tokenomics page, you would notice a dedicated section to rewards. And that's really important for our leagues and divisions, because we want to divide the rewards accordingly. As I mentioned, we want to reward players with a higher skill level, and we want to make sure that each league and division gets their fair fair share of rewards. And that's kind of how the play and earn mechanics is going to be. When it comes to tournament, there's definitely going to be a tournament prize pool. So you're going to need to pay to enter certain tournaments, just like real life.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
then, you know,
nice.
it's a share of all of this
Mhm.
that will be rewarded to the players that are participating in the
Mhm.
tournament.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
Cool. Right.
So,
Now, before JC asks his next
okay.
question, again, you mentioned about Axie Queen. Sorry.
Right.
Again,
Yeah.
to get sidetracked, what a coincidence. We I'm actually very close to Axie Queen. So
Awesome.
yeah, I
TQ.
didn't know
Yeah.
about this. So yeah, TQ. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We actually share a community, the
Nice.
Patootie
Nice.
Kingdom. We are in part of. She's part of my community. I'm part of her community, and
Awesome.
we're very much involved in each other's community. And I
Nice.
love it. I love it. This is what you, I a very cool coincidence. So yeah,
Nice.
I'll
Small
definitely
world.
talk to her about it. Yeah, small world. Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
small world in this crypto space.
Yeah. Definitely,
Okay,
man.
go ahead, JC. Looks
Okay.
like you have a
Well,
question.
guys, another sidetrack. Okay. Well,
Yes. Let's sidetrack.
yeah,
Always get
I've actually
sidetracked here.
seen before the story about NFT11 helping soccer teams. You know, and this is just the first time I've heard it's from the Philippines. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much,
Awesome.
NFT11 team. That's a
Yes.
very good thing for you to do. So since we are talking about play to earn here, so Jeremy, I want to ask. This is always been asked on AMA. So let's talk about the sustainability. Are there burning mechanisms on NFT 11? So let us know
Yes.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely would love to talk about that. And yeah, shout out to the Philippines, man, because
Mm.
honestly, right, the GameFi, I feel the GameFi market exploded because of the support that it had from the Philippines. And yeah, what better way than to approach, you know, this whole thing, to build a community here, to give back to the community. And yeah, play to earn is a big thing as well, you know. And we want to make sure that it's players can enjoy it. There's long-term sustainability. Lots of games go by a dual token system.
Mm.
Unfortunately, you know, being in the space long enough, I've come to look at the tokenomics behind dual token systems, and it gets really complicated, and it's difficult for sustain. I'm not saying it's impossible. You know, there are lots of
Mm.
games that are still doing it out there, and there are lots of games that are still doing well in the space with a dual token system. But in my opinion, you know, creating two tokens ultimately forces you to add value to two things, and it kind of makes your job more difficult. On top of that, if your token is inflationary, there's no limit
Mm.
on the supply of that token, it's going to get increasingly difficult to, you know, constantly place value in it, which is one of the problems we see with our own monetary system in the real world, right? The inflation is insane,
True.
and
True.
yeah, it's difficult. So one of the things that NFT11 wanted to do was to make sure that our primary token was deflationary, you know, a limited supply of it. We're still using this token as a reward, right? And we're going to make sure that oracles come in to look at whenever we need to reward tokens. It's not going to be a standard, you know, 10 NFT11 tokens. If our token goes up to $1,000 or something like that, or 1,000 in value, you know, oracle pricing will allow us to give a fraction of that. And that's the beauty of the ecosystem within crypto as well. You know, you can own 0.0001 of a token, and
Yeah.
it's fine. So yeah, that's something we're looking at. We're also looking at an in-game currency, because I think it's really important for games to have that kind of reward
Yeah.
system as
True.
well
True.
Okay.
within a game. And we've seen lots of games that are successful with, you know, in-game currency.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And yeah, we definitely are looking into that as a form of rewards as well. And given that we are NFT11, you know, non-fungible tournament, and non-fungible tokens are going to be something, we definitely want to reward our players with NFTs as well, because there are a lot of people who are passionate about collecting NFTs within the space. So why shouldn't a game reward you with that, right? And yeah, I think there are many ways to look at play and earn and reward systems within a game, as opposed to just creating a secondary reward token and just, dishing it out to people, because it gets kind of complicated when you do it that way. Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? We've got a lot of we've already got a lot of games. We've got some football games. I mean, people are I think there's another, I forgot the name, but there's another football themed NFT game that I saw in the past with some scholars on it as well. Um, Honestly, I haven't seen a football manager NFT game. So for me, you guys are kind of like the first. But if we're gonna generalize everything, what does what sets NFT11 apart from all of these projects which are football or soccer themed?
Right. So yeah, there's definitely going to be competition out there, and yeah, we do have quite a number of competitors, and some of them are not exactly football manager games. You have games like Cyball, right?
That's the
Which
one.
is
True.
that's the one. Yeah.
That's the one I
Yeah.
heard.
So yeah, I mean, they've got really cool NFTs. Concept is a little different, but yeah, kind of in the ballpark as well. I think what really sets us apart is first of all, I would like to shout out to my team, because they are an amazing bunch, right? And it's a team of professionals that have been in the field for a very long time, from traditional finance, this new finance as well, game developers, and yeah, we're really professionals in the field that are prepared to bring this to the mass audiences. So I think that's definitely one of our advantages, having a strong team. We are also fully doxed, which I feel in this space is really important, because there are
Very,
lots
very
of
important. Yeah.
unfortunately there are lots of nefarious projects out there, looking to make a quick buck, lots of scams in the space, giving uh, NFTs and GameFi a bad name. But to the audiences, I want to say, don't let a few rotten apples spoil the barrel. Right? There's way more in this space, and we
Exactly.
want to make sure that people are comfortable and confident about what we're building. So we want to dox ourselves. We want to make sure that we tell people that we're not going anywhere. So I think that gives us a unique advantage as well. On top of that, we also have David James. Just now, Damien, you mentioned, right, James
Yeah.
in the trailer,
Very
right? So
exciting.
yes, David James is an awesome goalkeeper. He was actually the England goalkeeper in the 2010 World Cup. If you guys
Ooh.
are fans of Liverpool, West Ham, he's played for them as well. He's an awesome dude, really down to earth. And I think one of the advantages we have is having somebody like that. And we're doing things a bit different, because lots of NFT projects, they do get celebrities on board, they get famous people on board, but sometimes I feel it's kind of like a marketing gimmick. They just
True.
put somebody's face up there, really
That's true.
popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for David James, he's so much more than that. He is for one, he gives huge credibility to
Of
the
course.
project,
Of
because
course.
yeah, it's somebody who's a professional player, ex-professional player, who's passionate about the sport. On top of that, he's a gamer himself, so he's really passionate about doing
Nice.
this with us, right? And he also has a wealth of experience when it comes to management, which is perfect for our game,
For football
because he
management.
himself, yeah, exactly, right? And he himself was a football manager for the Kerala Blasters FC. So he spent a lot of time coaching this team, managing this team, and we're tapping into that invaluable experience, because we're building a football metaverse. We want to blend reality into this metaverse, and with somebody with the actual experience and knowledge of managing a football team, yeah, he's providing us with so much advantage there. Last of all, I think one of the major things that give us an advantage is the fact that we're in Singapore. So I don't want to boast about Singapore, but
Okay, go ahead and flex.
yeah, I'm gonna flex
Yes,
a bit, right?
please.
Singapore is a business hub, and it's really in Southeast Asia a crypto hub as well, right? So we're really strong in that. And the government is for the longest time has promoted small medium enterprises, startup businesses, and they're really passionate about new tech businesses in the space as well. And fortunately, NFT11 falls into that category. So we're actually a member of Startup SG as well. This is a incubator accelerator program designed by the government to aid new projects, give them the resources that they need, give them the help that they need. And it's a beautiful ecosystem because one of the schemes that it has is this 1-for-1 investor scheme, where if any accredited tech investor of Startup SG decides to invest in NFT11, the Singapore government will match funds 1-for-1 with that company that's investing in us.
Wow.
So, if a company throws $1 million at us, the
Mm.
government's going to match that $1 million and throw it in as well. So it's a really healthy ecosystem for the development of such projects. And,
Nice.
this whole space is new. It's new
Mm-mm.
tech. And I think it's the future of our tech. And yeah, not jumping on board this
Mm.
is just gonna not do them any favors. So
Right.
I think they see the potential in it as
Mm.
well, which is why
Mm.
they accepted us as part of the
Mm.
SG startup community. So yeah, I think these are some of the advantages that we have that sets ourselves apart. For the game itself, we have layers of strategy in it, like I mentioned about move cards, right? So we
Mm.
are changing the gameplay. On top of that, we just released our DAO, right? So our voting system to get our community involved in intricate aspects of the project, game mechanics. It's a community coming together to build something that they love, right? Building something for themselves. So
Mm.
I think that's really important in this space. And also we are adding layers like RPG elements to it. There's a lore behind NFT11. So if you dive into our white paper, there's sections on the lore explaining, why our players have this cool auras around them.
Yeah, I saw that. There's some
Oh,
elements. There's some elements
nice.
there.
Right? Yeah,
Actually,
some elements
Mm.
there. And
let's
I
dive into
think,
that in the next AMA though.
yes,
But
we
yeah,
love
cool.
to do
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it gives players more,
Mm.
and it's an entire ecosystem, immersive football metaverse. Yeah.
Cool. All
Okay.
right, JC, why don't you
Yeah,
take
I
the next
was
one?
actually planning to ask about the DAO earlier, but it's a
Cool.
good thing you mentioned about it, Jeremy. So I'm also happy to hear that the Singapore government is helping projects like this. So how about in the Philippines, Damien?
Wish we
Oh,
had
so
that, right? I mean, wish we
yeah,
had
yeah.
something like that. Let's just not comment about it then.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
just move
We
on.
might get banned here. Okay.
Let's just move
But
on.
anyway, let's move
That's
on
the
to my
way it is.
question, Jeremy. Okay.
It
So
is what it is.
okay, my question is, okay,
Right.
you're a crypto guy, you're a gamer, and you know a bit about soccer. So tell me, what's your experience working with NFT 11 in terms of building this beautiful sports game on the blockchain? So tell me about that.
Right. So I mean I joined the project right when it started as well. Maybe just 1 or 2 months later, but it's been an awesome journey. I literally I love my job. And it's
Nice.
quite, when you ask somebody, do you like what they do? And they say, yeah,
Mm.
I like it. But for me, I go one level above
Love
and I
it.
say, I love it. Yes. Right.
Ah,
So it actually invokes emotion in me because it's a really beautiful culture, right? First of all, I mean the team, as I mentioned, are an awesome bunch of people. Love working with them. They are all passionate about the project, and on top of that, it's giving us this opportunity to connect directly with the community, to listen to the community, to communicate with them, and the community has given us so many wonderful ideas. In fact, we have brought so many community members to the NFT11 team. They started off as mods, and then now they're more intricately
Wow.
involved in the
really?
development of the project. And
Seriously?
yeah, because they are the guys that understand the, you know, the people behind the community. Our Brazilian community is huge. So, you know, we have mods from Brazil coming in and, you know, giving us really awesome suggestions, solid suggestions. And we just communicate constantly with the community. And I think that's so important because it keeps ourselves in check also. You know, whenever there's a problem or something people are unhappy about, I'm listening to them directly. I'm replying their messages directly. I understand where they're coming from, and it gives me that opportunity, you know, as opposed to a very centralized structure where it's just like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, take it. Right. And, you know, if even if people are unhappy about it, we're not going to change much. We're not going to do anything, you know, and that's not Web3 spirit. So Web3 spirit and this whole working in NFT11 has given me this opportunity to be directly connected with the people that are passionate about the project. And I think that's one of the most important things, you know. Gives me opportunities to write as well. I love writing. I do a weekly newsletter for the community where we, you know, dive into updates and cool story time that I have at the end of each newsletter where we talk about football, cultural stuff, and yeah, just really it's a very open culture, and it's a very Web3 community kind of culture, and that's
Sorry.
what I appreciate about it. Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, Jeremy. Where do you post that? Those letters. Those.
Right. So you can find it on NFT11's Medium. We post it every Tuesday that comes up. Some of you might see it on Wednesday because of the time differences in Brazil
time zones,
and
right.
yeah, time zones. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess this, you know, we've talked a lot about the project. We've talked a lot about the community. We've had some sidetrack questions, which are pretty cool as well. I'd like to ask a little bit about your journey over the course of this year that you've been involved in. Do you have some upcoming? What were the milestones in the creation of this project, and what are the upcoming milestones that you are actually looking forward to?
Right. Yeah, there's so much to look forward to. So when we first started, of course, you know, the big thing was NFTs. You know, everybody wanted to see the NFTs, everybody wanted to own the NFTs. And we did our sales, you know, we did our legend sales, and we sold about 50%. Every week we would release, there's a total supply, by the way, of legends of for about 47,000, right? So we released about half of that amount. Every week we did sales where we would release about 1,500 of these legends, and the community was happy. It was well received. We sold out within like 3 minutes of, you know, releasing these legends every week, and it was kind of an awesome culture that we had because everyone was waiting on Fridays. Sales would happen at 10 p.m. UTC, so you know, everybody would be hyping up, waiting for the release of these set of legends, and you know, because they sell out so fast, yeah, everyone's
right. I know that. I know it. I know the scramble.
Right. And so it was really fun and exciting. That was definitely a big milestone for us. You know, releasing the NFTs. Then we had our stadium sales, which also did really well. And you know, it just goes to show that there are lots of communities and people behind the community supporting this project and are passionate about this project. So those were some of the major milestones that we had. Then of course we brought on David James, and then we had the release of special kinds of legends, the Christmas legends. We did a Christmas thing. That was, yeah. So there are special Christmas legends out there. And then there's, we even did something for Chinese New Year because in Singapore, I'm not Chinese, but in Singapore, the majority of the population is Chinese.
Right.
I think 70% of it.
Right.
Right. So Chinese New Year is a pretty big thing here as well. So, you know, and a lot of my teammates are Chinese as well. If you look at the white paper, you'll notice that. And so, you know, they kind of wanted to own their own culture and input some of it in. And yeah, you know, we released the CNY Legends, and they also sold out, right? Which was, at first we were kind of tentative. Majority of our community is Brazil. I don't know if they will appreciate this or not. But yeah, sure enough, they loved it, right? They loved the design
They
behind
ate
it.
it up.
Yep. Right. And the biggest thing I think right now that our community is waiting for is the revamp of the legends. So I mentioned, like, if you're looking at the website, you'll see our old legends, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna give you guys, and by the power of video editing and magic, I'm sure you'll be able to show these assets as well. But yeah, we're gonna release all these new assets to our community, the revamp of the NFTs. And again, there are not many projects that do things like this, where we look at our art direction, we look at what we really want this metaverse to encompass, and we evolve according to it. And so we're revamping the NFTs. In a couple of weeks' time, our community will be able to swap out their old legends. They'll be able to receive their Christmas legends, their Chinese New Year legends, and I think the community is really looking forward to that, and they're hoping to get all these things as well. So that's going to be another big milestone that's coming up, and an even bigger milestone is, of course, to do with the gameplay, because I think everyone's waiting to see what this
Of
gameplay is
course,
about.
that's the
Right?
one.
True, true.
Yeah,
The
that's the
biggest
one.
one.
Right. So in a couple of weeks' time, we are going to launch our game demo stage 1. So this game demo is going to be free to play. You don't have to own any NFT assets or anything like that to play the
Wow.
game. Right. It's for everybody to check out, get a feel of how these assets look like in game, how a fundamental core mechanic of the game, which is where we use move cards during trigger events of the game. So it's going to be a penalty shootout. So if a trigger event were to happen where it's a penalty shootout, this is what you're going to see in game. And yeah, we're very excited to show our community how these trigger events works, how the move cards come into play, how the assets look like in game, how awesome we have our own music as well, our copyrighted own music. And yeah, I want to get that football feel in, so
Yeah.
all of that's going to be part of the game demo, and we're excited to show our community what we've been doing. And yeah, I can't wait for this demo launch, and I'm sure y'all are going to get some exclusive peeks of it as well here. Maybe not in episode 1, but
Not
maybe in
here.
episode 2, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Stay
yeah,
tuned for
community will
episode
see
2.
first.
We will
Yeah.
show you those move cards and all of that. I mean,
Awesome.
is there gonna be an ole ole? I know that's
Yeah,
always something that
I
always
mean,
comes to my mind whenever soccer.
exactly.
stuff.
There's definitely gonna be that vibe, that feel, right? I can't wait to let y'all listen to the music. But yeah, it's got that soccer vibe there. When looking at soccer, I always go back to, I think one of my favorite soccer music or songs that was for the World Cup was the Shakira one, right? The one that happened in Africa, and it had that very very tribal, very soccer, very I don't know, it just spoke to me. And so when we were talking to our composers and stuff like that, we wanted that as well. We wanted to have that vibe, that soccer
something
feel,
like
that
that. Right,
energy.
right.
Yeah, correct. So that's definitely gonna drop as well. Towards the end of the year, you're gonna see more of these stages being released to give you a good overview of the game itself. So I think that's gonna be one of our biggest milestones. And I mean, football is big, and World Cup is coming, so we're definitely gonna be doing something.
There's gonna
big
be
with
something.
World Cup.
Something
Yes.
connected to that, for sure.
So you're hearing it here first. I'm gonna leak some stuff about a major thing that we're working on, which is a kind of metaverse meets reality tournament that's
Wow.
gonna involve as many countries as we can logistically implement this tournament in. But I'm not gonna release the name of the tournament yet. We're still working through the details. This is early stages of it, but you're definitely gonna hear something about this tournament that NFT11 is doing. And yeah, it's gonna be more than just a GameFi project. It's gonna eat into the real world. It's gonna be redefining play to earn. And yeah, I can't wait to talk more about it, but that's all I can say for now.
Right. Again,
Yeah,
guys,
look
if you
out for
want to
that.
hear about these updates, The links to the socials will be below in the description of this video. So make sure to join the community of NFT11 so that you can hear about those. This video will be released on all of our social channels,
True.
in our community GCs as well. We're going to be accepting questions from our community, and that's what we're going to be fire up on Jeremy. And I'm not sure if there's going to be other people from his team, but we're going to be having some questions prepared, and we're going to get questions from the community. And stay tuned because there might be some surprises along the way for you viewers as well.
By the way,
Okay.
Jeremy, do we have ongoing events or giveaways from NFT11?
Yes, we are having recently we've been partnering with a lot of guilds. So we're doing lots of AMAs, lots of cross marketing with these guilds because we want to tell all the gamers about the most beautiful game. So
Right.
there's a ton of giveaways during these AMAs, and likewise, yeah, just follow our socials, especially our Discord, our Telegram, our Twitter. You will be kept up to date on all these events and giveaways. And yeah, there's opportunities to get our tokens, earn something, But there was a tweet recently of somebody saying, I'm so happy that I participated in the giveaway because I could buy my wife a cake and stuff like that, and it was a
Nice.
birthday. And yeah, so we retweeted it, happy stuff like that. Yeah, so please follow our socials and participate in these giveaways because yeah, we're happy to.
Cool. Well, any last words then? Jeremy, JC, last words. That sounds so morbid. But anyway, last words for this video. You guys have anything else to say? Jeremy?
I think I just want to say thank you for all those listening in and coming to this space. And if you're supporting NFT11, thank you so much. If you're in the GameFi space, keep your eyes peeled for all these awesome projects. Look out for us. Follow our socials, and yeah, just stay connected with us, build this game with us, right? Come and build this game with us. I think that's the most important thing.
Very good. JC?
Yeah, guys, all soccer fans here in the Philippines, let's support NFT11. They are helping our youth soccer players here in the Philippines, so why not give them back some love? So let's go to their social media accounts. Let's like their Facebook pages, and let's join their Telegram group. So that's all for me, Wolf. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for
All right.
being here with us.
Happy to be here. Thank
There
you
we
for
go.
having me.
Okay, guys. So that's going to be probably it for this video. Again, this is going to be the first part. There's going to be a second part. There might be more people. We'll see more of these handsome faces around. Again, this is your boy, Damien Wolf. And I got JC and Jeremy with me. Don't forget to put those questions in and like those socials and follow those socials, join those socials, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, peace out. Bye.